82,000. Well, for the past 2 weeks, we provided you with a close-up look at the Texas power grid, why it's so unique, often affordable, but sometimes fragile. And so far this summer, it has held up just fine, thanks in large part to our renewables, wind and solar.
Well, some severe weather passed through parts of North Texas overnight. This morning, some people are waking up to damage caused by possible tornadoes.
Mother Nature has not been kind to Texas of late. Deadly cold spells, devastating winds, damaging hail and drenching rains, blistering heat, wildfires and drought, putting a massive strain on the state's power grid. Yet in an ironic twist of fate, rushing to the rescue to help bail us out, Mother Nature herself.
We've got wind and solar coming in Texas like gangbusters, and that's great because it's cheaper than all these other resources.
Pat Wood would know. He's the former PUC chairman and co-architect of the state's open, competitive energy market. He watched the explosive growth of wind and solar power in Texas, and he and others say renewables are saving the day. Especially the past 2 weeks in which near record heat has fueled record electric demand, putting an increased strain on the grid.
Certainly the wind and solar fleet are helping carry us.
Energy consultant and University of Houston professor Ed Hers has been watching the fuel mix makeup on the ERCOT grid dashboard, and he has seen how solar and wind have been recently carrying about a third of the state's power load, just behind natural gas.
If we had not had wind and solar here, we would be on a major building campaign to add natural gas-fired units to the grid.
But as it stands now, the only energy investments being made are mostly wind turbines and massive solar farms sprouting like weeds. Northeast Texas is home to the largest solar farm in the nation. Texas will soon lead the nation in both wind and solar generation.
We're adding solar at a breakneck speed, and that's bringing down the cost of power for everyone.
Chris Tomlinson, energy writer for the Houston Chronicle, believes renewable energy is well on its way to surpassing natural gas as the state's #1 source of power plant fuel.
We have more power available to us on a hot summer day than in the history of Texas, and that number is going to grow probably faster than the demand.
Earlier this week, UT Energy professor Josh Rhodes proclaimed Texas broke yet another ERCOT solar generation record. So while renewable energy gets credit for our robust energy supply, that staggered purple line, we are reminded that fame can be fleeting, and the script may flip when the darker, calmer days of winter arrive.
What we're not built well for, as we learned in February of 21, is being a winter grid. And so you don't have sun shining at night. You don't have wind particularly blowing strong in the winter months. And so that resource that we count on beautifully in the summer is not really there for us in the winter. And so we've got to do some more improvements in the winter grid.